15 years of Cars, 15 memorable moments to remember. This is the topic of today's episode in the Disney Cars 15th anniversary video series. Make sure you check out the other episodes and take part in the discussions so that you have the ability to enjoy the full anniversary. So, in this video, we'll be doing a recap of 15 memorable moments in all 3 Cars movies, ranked from worst to best. I can tell you that it was hard to some extent to find 15 good scenes, and you may ask why I chose specific ones, but I'll explain each one later on. So let's get started. Number 15, the tiebreak. When Lightning McQueen, Chick Hicks and the King entered the finish line at the same time, the racing world faced a whole new situation, a 3-time tiebreak. Nobody assumed that this could be possible, but it is. I think this moment is pretty iconic for the first Cars movie, not only because of its thrilling outcome, but also because of Lightning putting out his tongue to win. As the scene is the basis for the rest of the film, it definitely has to be remembered. 14. Whoever finds a friend finds a treasure. For me, this sentence is a pretty memorable one for Cars 2, because it gives you a good approach to what Pixar tried to tell us with the film. That friendship is the worthiest gift you can have in life. When McQueen and his crew came to Luigi's hometown, the atmosphere was just like in the original Cars movie, somehow familiar and heartwarming. That's why this scene deserves to be among the top 15 moments in the Cars franchise. 13. Finn McMissile's escape from the oil rig. In my opinion, this is one of the most spectacular scenes in Cars 2, as we watch Finn for minutes fighting against the lemons while trying to get out of their horrible sea prison. What the creators of the film managed to show us in an excellent way is how smart and professional Finn works. Even in such a bad situation, he does not give up and figures out every possible way to escape. The top of that scene then is when Finn escapes on the sea. Thrilling, exciting, memorable. Those words summarize this moment pretty well. 12. McQueen's decision to let Cruz finish the race in Cars 3. For many Cars fans, this was a moment to hold your breath for at least 30 seconds. I was shocked when I sat in the cinema watching Lightning McQueen giving Cruz her big chance. But the more I've watched the movie, the better I understood why this moment had to come. Because there was no chance for Lightning to win the race, but there was indeed a chance for Cruz to prove her ability, to make her dreams come true. Moreover, you can say that Pixar realized this scene pretty good, as almost every Cars fan has been shocked for a moment. Number 11. At this point I struggled a lot. I could not decide whether the beginning or the end of the Tokyo race in Cars 2 is a better moment, but finally I chose how McQueen was defeated by Francesco Bernoulli. I mean, when he gained the lead using Doc Hudson's trick, we all remembered great moments from the first film, but the reason why the Tokyo defeat seems to be the better choice is that 2 plots take place at the same time. First, we have to focus on the race. We see how Mater confuses Lightning so that he makes a serious mistake. Second, we watch Mater trying to reach Holly without knowing that the lemons chase him. I love the scene a lot because we hope that McQueen gains the lead again while we are angry with Mater. This, combined with Finn's spectacular karate show, makes the scene pretty memorable. And now we are heading to the top 10 scenes in the Cars franchise. The next one is Cruz win in the Florida 500. Actually, it's not the win itself, because as far as I can see, her win didn't create the same feeling we had in Cars 1 when Lightning McQueen lost the final race, although the same soundtrack has been used there. What makes the scene so memorable is not only that Cruz flips over Jackson Storm the same way Doc flipped over Leroy Hemming. No, it's actually more the moment when Cruz looks over to Lightning. There is this special camera lighting that lets Lightning look somehow epic and special. When he returns the look, we get this special feeling that Cruz now follows into his footsteps, racing for the Piston Cup. This moment is not only the entrance to a new era, but also a gesture of saying goodbye to Lightning McQueen, who has found a new passion in training Cruz. Number 9. Team Radiator Springs. You can say that it was predictable to some extent that Lightning's friends from Radiator Springs come to be his crew. But you can also say that this doesn't matter because the scene is so iconic and illuminating for the movie. McQueen is close to giving up because he knows there are so many things being more important than racing. But when he sees that his friends won't let him down, he regains all of his enthusiasm for racing again. Especially Doc's appearance, his return to the racetrack, make the scene so glorious, and that's why that moment is one of the most memorable ones in the film. Number 8.
I knowed I made a good choice. And what? My best friend.
This moment touches my heart a lot. I've always loved this scene a lot, as it is really heartwarming. We see Lightning experiencing friendship for the first time in his life, in a special way. It's just a little pleasure promising Mater to have a ride in the helicopter, but for Mater it means a lot. For Lightning too, as Mater trusts him. Emotion played a big role for my choice, with this scene to be the 8th place. 7. McQueen watching Dog when he races on the Willys Butte track. I think there's not much to say about this scene as it speaks for itself. It's just a short track, but Hud drives enthusiastically, enjoying every second of this ride. His ability of racing is still there, just like it would never have stopped. Brilliant scene, memorable moment. Number 6 is one more time about Doc Hudson. Let me call it Hud never touched a wall. Again, I am sure there is no argue about this one, as it is such an iconic moment and Pixar couldn't have done it better. There is this full retro-style animation, there are all those fantastic old-time racers, and there is Doc Hudson who shows one more time his phenomenal racing skills. How he overtakes Leroy Hemming by flipping over him is epic and is probably the most iconic scene in the whole movie. It's getting closer now to the top 3 scenes in all Cars movies. Can you already guess which moment will be number 1? Stay tuned. Number 5. Goodbye, Rusty and Dusty Rusties. When Lightning sponsors tell him they sold Rusties and then disappear from the screen, I really had to cry. This scene marks an important step in Lightning's racing career, as the 2 cars who have paved his way to the Piston Cup, who have been there for more than 10 years, decide to leave because they can't offer him what he needs. It's time to say goodbye, and time to head into the future. 4. Leaving for Los Angeles. Another time we need to say goodbye. If there is an emotional goodbye in a film, I always have to cry. Lightning has finally changed. He is ready to stay in Radiator Springs. One reason is that he has a crush on Sally. Leaving her is painful for him and her. I'd say this moment is one of the most emotional ones for the whole Cars franchise. Luckily, Lightning returns to his new hometown later on, though this goodbye in supercharged Radiator Springs is memorable. And here are the top 3 moments in the Cars franchise. 3rd place is taken by Mater revealing the truth about Miles' Axelrod. At that point, we experience a wonderful and surprising plot twist. Nobody seems to know who has been trying to sabotage the World Grand Prix, but then Mater finally realizes who is the enemy to blame. Time is running out as the bomb is close to exploding, but Mater is sure Axelrod has been brewing this evil plan. Best proof for Axelrod's guilt is how he defuses the bomb. When Mater then opens the hood, the game is finally over. This scene is so adorable and the best moment in Cars 2 in my opinion. There we have the spirit of storytelling again that makes Pixar so great. The plot twist really deserves to belong to the best moments in the franchise, as it is more than just memorable. Number 2. The Crash. Saying that, I really mean the crash, which is Lightning's. I mean, you could say it is boring that Dog, the King and Lightning all have such a serious accident, but for a real Cars fan, this doesn't matter because it is so touching and hurting to see Lightning McQueen, the childhood hero for so many kids, failing, crashing. The whole situation is iconic and special as it marks the end of a racing career. Lightning is not fast enough to face the next generation of racers. His efforts to be faster end up in a disaster. A legend fails, a career ends, an era has been finished. It feels like I've said that many times now, but this scene is emotional, touching and painful at the same time. And there is the moment we've all been waiting for. The best or most memorable scene in all Cars movies. Which movie is it of? And which will be the moment to be frozen forever? I called it Homage to the King. It's the moment when we all follow the final race in Los Angeles. Lightning is close to the finish line when the King crashes and can't finish his last race. Lightning brakes. He lets Chick win. He drives back to the King and pushes him over the finish line.
Just gave up the Piston Cup. You know that?
Ah, this grumpy old race car now once told me something.
It's just an empty cup.
His sentence, "It's just an empty cup," is so iconic and memorable, and I can tell you that this scene melts my heart every time watching the film. It definitely is the best moment in Cars and the best moment in all the 3 movies. There's so much charm in it, as it makes clear the message of the film. It's about loyalty, respect, homage and virtue. Heartwarming, heart-melting, unexpected, fantastic and joyful are the words that describe this memorable moment in the best way. I'd like to end up today with this thought. Thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment and tell me which is your most memorable moment in the Cars franchise. See you soon. Bye!